Now, whenever the Fours show up, they have the vibration of we've laid the foundation. Nothing really moves or changes when the Fours come up. Now, I don't believe in a wait and see kind of energy. You guys know that if you followed me for a while. Even when we're not doing something, we are doing something. We're working on something, we're thinking about something, we're planning, whatever it is, but there's always something going on. And so with the Four of Wands, this card says to us, you have a solid foundation, celebrate how far you've come. So, and it could be a literal celebration, you know, birthday party. Some of you, it's your birthdays, right? Birthday party, or just a pat on the back that, you know, look how far I've come, look what I've built. Because think about this. We have the Three of Wands here, so I'll explain that as well. You start off with the Ace of Wands, which is your inspiration, the passion, the excitement, the enthusiasm to begin something. In the Two of Wands, we take it in a certain direction. We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Now, with the Three of Wands coming up, and that's your past or foundation here. Let's just talk about this for a moment. So we have the Three of Wands here. This is where you're waiting for a return. Now, as I said, there's no wait and see energy, right? But this person has a plan ready. They're ready to act as soon as whatever comes in. The initial return, now, that can be for a business, a project, a relationship, whatever it is. You've put in some initial effort, some initial work, because wands are all about the energy that we put out into the world. And there's nothing here. There's nothing here. But this is a card of our expectations. And we get back what we expect. That's the kind of energy of this. She can't see anything on the road, but she has a light ready to guide it in. Say, yeah, I'm over here. And once it arrives, whatever it is that she's waiting for, she has a plan ready to go. And usually this is the card of the ships coming in, as if the person knows what to do with the cargo once it comes in. So the implication here is that, you know, it's coming, it's great, whatever it is. And this is a card of commitment. So we commit to what we've done so far, pat on the back for what we've done so far. Now we're saying, how do we grow this? How do we build this? And this can be a house move, a job move. Like I said, it's a celebration of some kind. Going bigger and better. I always see the Four of Wands as that, the next step. But for now, it says pause. Pause, enjoy what you have, you know, be grateful. We must stop and be grateful for everything that we've done. And this is great progression here. The Three of Wands is the past energy. I kind of get the sense that this is the week where something that you've been waiting for, you've put effort into it, no doubt. If you've not put effort into something, if you've just been twiddling your thumbs waiting for something, this is not your message. This is for those of you that you've put energy into something. You've been trying to create something. And celebration, like I said, right? The focus is on this. The heart of the reading. Ace of Cups coming up here. What's in your cup? I always ask that when the Ace of Cups comes up. Aces are the potentials for new beginnings. And I say they're potentials because, you know, you can have a map with X marks the spot of the treasure. Unless you go dig it and go look for the X, it doesn't mean anything. There could be a doorway presented to you. Unless you walk through it, it doesn't mean anything. So it's if we take what we do with that opportunity. So with the Ace of Cups coming up here, this is an emotional new beginning. Something that begins anew. And it doesn't mean it's a situation has ended. It can be a new start within a situation, but it's something that makes you very happy. What I've seen here so far is this is all about energy, right? And what I mean by that is, I see wands as manifestation energy. That's where we're setting our intentions. We're putting that energy out into the world. Pentacles for me is when it manifests like fully. In the physical, we see it, pentacles. And you don't have any pentacles coming up here. That's why I kind of feel like this is a week where it might feel like not a lot is happening, but there is a lot happening. New energy coming in, new feelings maybe for someone or for something. You have the King of Swords coming up in your present. And the King of Swords is, well, he's a king for starters. And he's an advisor. He's the consultant. He's the lawyer. He's the one that we go to for knowledge. But why? Because he has immense knowledge. He's very logical. He figures out what he wants to do. So there could be some planning here. There could be some kind of discussion even. And whenever I see the King or Queen of any of the Swords cards, that's communication to me. We're communicating. We're figuring out, well, hey, we've come this far. It's a great start. We've got a great foundation. How do we build on this? Do you want to move in together? Do I go work in a bigger company? Let's move house, let's leave that studio behind and we can afford a 2-bedroom apartment. Something like that. That's kind of what I feel that's just some examples of how I'm understanding this energy. but it's for something that makes you very happy. For some of you, it's a new dream that you have. You know, you've been putting effort into something and you kind of want to take it in a different direction. So with the King of Swords coming up here, the whole point of the King and Queen of Swords is they stand in their authenticity. Especially the King of Swords. His word is his oath. If he says it, he's very honest. He's going to stand by this. So I do feel like commitment is big this week. You commit to something new that makes you happy. A new idea of what makes you happy. A new idea of love even, you know. I mean, love is love, but we kind of dress it up and see it in different ways. And this is logically assessing where you are and where you're going. Where are you going to take this? Now, interesting, because we have justice coming up as a future energy. And justice, it's fairness, it's balance, it's balancing those karmic scales. And we see the scales there, right? Balancing the karmic scales. But this can be contracts. This can be, I mean, whenever I see the King of Swords and justice together, this to me can be legal matters. If he's the lawyer, that can be recourse to the law. Whether it's about a contract. It could be getting married, right? Justice is one of the marriage cards. But that's one of the marriage cards for me as well. Commitment. I'm seeing commitment here. We're committing to something. But justice is where it's two parties. We balance the scales. Now, that other party doesn't always have to be involved. When we say balancing the karmic scales, sometimes we can understand, okay, well, that's what I understand about this situation. That's what I got out of this situation. We can have found that balance within ourselves. But this is beautiful energy. Beautiful, very balanced. Justice is about how we relate to other people. It's the card for Libra. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra. We've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius there as well. We've got Scorpio here, but remember the signs do not own the cards. They just lend their characteristics to it. So it kind of feels like I think it's a partnership. I do get the sense of a partnership with justice coming up there in whatever sense that is. Legally, contractually, a company, an engagement even. Some of you might be getting engaged, but you see a path to a new dream, to something that makes you very happy. The cycle runs from the Ace to the 10, right? And the 10 is the happily ever after. And the Ace of Cups, what is our true heart's desire, what really makes us feel content. And I kind of get the sense that, there is this kind of either discussion or partnership here to move forward. Now, justice can also talk about amends being made. You got beautiful energy here. And this is not a surprise. If this is your message, then you know what this is. If you're having to figure out where this fits into your life, then unfortunately, I don't think it's your message. Because the Three of Wands says you've been waiting for this. You've been expecting this for a while. There's this kind of sense of almost being able to move forward or being able to go ahead now and do something. Your advice is death. Transformation, change. Things are never the same once death rolls through town. And this is kind of that sense of, with the Three of Wands sat above it, think about that. If you've been waiting for this might be that you've kind of, imagine your life, like death talks about people leaving, we've been losing, I don't know, anything can be gone. It's the death of the old, birth of the new, right? And it's almost as if you've seen all of this going. But that very kind of optimistic Sagittarian nature is like, okay, well, this is going to come in now. All right, that's cleared out. Well, I can get a new relationship now. Or now I can go look for a new job. Or, it's that. Trying to figure out how you can fill that space that's been there. How do you go forward? And this is the week where it feels like you have the knowledge. Because he knows. The thing with the King of Swords is he knows. So if you haven't known, if you've been waiting for some kind of inspiration, if you've been waiting for the knowledge, I know what to do now. I know where to go now. I know what contract to sign. I know who to partner up with. I know what my happiness looks like. This is it. The King of Swords, he kind of symbolizes all of that. But with death, it's saying something old will shut out. It's gone. It's about letting that go. Death talks about extreme transformation. Extreme transformation. And it does feel like that. It does feel like that there's something like a whole, this is about death and rebirth, right? So there's a new you being reborn. There's a new situation being reborn out of this. So if you kind of find yourself paused right now, trying to figure out, well, I've made a good start, but where am I going from this? I feel like it becomes clear. You get the knowledge this week. Beautiful energy. I like this, Sagittarius, for you. And that can be in any area. Think about it. I mean, the thing with death showing up is this major arcana energy, right? So major arcana energy, this is like going forward, more balanced, going forward, releasing some stuff. And this major arcana is always our major life path. It's not just about the day-to-day. I always see the minors as the day-to-day energy. But you feel more solid. You feel much more solid. I know where I'm going. I know how I'm progressing. I have the knowledge. I know. That's what's coming through this. Thank you so much to everyone that's been there with me. Whether this is the first video that you're ever watching of mine, or whether you've been there with me from before YouTube was even a thing in the Aquarian Insight world, because I've had my website for quite a few years now. Some of you followed me on there when that was all that I was doing. I'm so blessed that you guys are all a part of my journey, and totally and completely honored that you would make me and my messages a part of your journey. I never take that for granted. So I love you guys very much. I will see you next time, but that's all for now. Goodbye.